Had a little listen to his podcast, huh?
Dude, it's educational. Besides, I've been wanting to listen to this one.
Welcome to Idling in the Impala, a podcast by and for lovers of supernatural and the fan fiction it inspires. Before we begin, just want to remind you to follow us wherever you listen so you don't miss any episodes or bonus content. If you love what we do and want an easy way to show your support, please consider leaving us a positive that's all the stars rating on your favorite listening platform. It helps SPN and fanfic lovers find us and share in the fun. I'm Sandra.
I'm Kasey, and this is Jinx, the podcast mascot, the elusive boy. He won't be joining us for very long because he is furious that we've done this. So, before he leaves completely, this is the fat boy. This is the podcast mascot. This is my beautiful boy Jinxie. He is turning 9. He might actually turn 9. It might have been his birthday on Tuesday, maybe. We don't celebrate it because I'm crazy, but I'm not that crazy.
Oh, you don't celebrate birthdays of cats? I mean, I didn't put my cat in like a hat or anything like that, but like I would say at least like, happy birthday and stuff like that. No? Okay.
I don't remember.
Oh, you don't? Oh, I don't know the actual date either. I just know like the month and like sort of the day that she was born.
No, I know the dates that they were born, but I
don't
never
remember. Gotcha.
I don't remember them. Yeah, they don't stick in my head.
That's what a calendar's for. Jinx, you should tell.
Say, ma'am, put me in the calendar. I want licky treats. But yeah, him and his sister Whiskey, who maybe you've seen pictures of, but will never ever make an appearance on this show because she's just awful. They turned 9 this week. So happy belated birthday, Jinx. But actually, they turned 9 this week at time of recording, which is October.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
But in the spirit of birthdays, happy birthday us. At time of listening, we will be 3. Look at you, you're so pretty.
Aw,
you're so
being
good.
really good. He might
You're
hang
so
around.
good. He
might hang around
won't.
He won't.
He won't. But I might be able to keep him cute for like a few. Look at his little face. Mwah. This is the one that you hear meowing in the background of episodes and knocking shit off. And if it gets into an episode or an outtake where I'm like, why are you like this? What are you doing? It's him. It's this fool right here. And he is infinitely large. There is a lot of cat here. Is that it? Are you done now? You want to leave?
He's like, come on, display. Please. I don't think I like this anymore.
You're showing off my butthole and I don't like it. And he tries really hard to be dignified. He does keep his tail down like all the time. He's like, you're showing off my butt and my beans. And I don't look at his little
He has really cute feet, though.
Look at his little feet.
Very cute. He's like, I know they're cute. I'm looking at them right now. I want to lick them and chew on them.
His foot. Okay, so that's Jinx's little cameo. That's a little surprise on top of the surprise video episode. You gonna go now, baby? Would you wave? Would you say bye-bye? It's like, I fucking cannot get off. And there he goes. But yeah, it is. Well, I mean, it's New Year's Eve, but who gives a shit about that? We turned 3, y'all. We turned 3.
Yes. And I was a little confused.
Put myself back together.
I was a little confused, I think, when we were like, are we turning 4? Kasey's like, no, we're turning 3. I'm like,
no.
Okay. We've been doing this for a while. So I was like, what? How? Wait. Okay, yeah.
It's because we separate stuff into seasons. So we're going into season 4. And then it's like, is it, are we 4? No.
So we'll be like 3 in a few days by the time this comes out.
No, we will have turned 3 a few days ago.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
We're the 28th. This is going out on the 31st.
So 3 in a few days. So 3 years. No, 3 years and a few days. Not 3 in a few days. Okay, 3 and a few days. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Sorry, my in and my and sounded quite similar, but yeah.
Yeah, so also, I mean, you've probably seen us before, but this is our lovely faces.
I mean, okay, if you've been in our Discord, you've seen us before because we did sort of like a test. Whose idea was it to ask Discord if they wanted to see us? I can't remember.
Dreamers.
Okay.
Maybe.
And then I think you made a poll. And then we're like, well, we might as well test it out and see. Because when you hear us on our usual audio podcast, we do not have our cameras on. It's just comfortable. We don't have to worry about fussing. We don't have to make ourselves look presentable. we can just do the thing and not feel like there's another added layer of, oh my gosh, I've got to get ready for this. And we've kind of thought that from, maybe every once in a while we might do one of these again, but
They're not going to be regular.
Everybody in Discord was kind of like, yeah, no, we want to see you guys. So we did a little test, put that out there, and it was an overwhelming yay, continue, we want to see this.
Yeah.
But then we were like, oh gosh.
Shit, now we gotta buy like webcams and stuff. Yeah.
Actually have to like fix our hair and do the things and position our
lights and cameras and
so it's
all that good shit.
It's a whole thing. I put the curtain up behind me because I was like, nope.
Sandra doesn't want any of you to see her precious con photos. You see, that's what it is.
No, I could.
She exists in a room that is literally wallpapered in con photos, and fuck you guys. You don't get to see them.
I will at some point, maybe, but just not today. I didn't want to worry about the mess behind me. And
it's not messy. It's not messy. But Sandra thinks it's messy. It's not messy.
Another thing too, like just I don't know.
The curtains are cute though.
Yeah, thank you. So I was gonna say, this setup when I first started narrating, I did everything here in my office. So I kind of like curtained off because I heard a little bit about sound treatment and stuff like that, but I didn't have the wherewithal to do or the money to do all the stuff. So I just did a little bit of like cordoning off sort of the area. And I have like this mic, which I still use for podcasting, but there's a closet in my office that I think beginning of last year, I took all the actual clothes and everything out of it, and I made it sort of my little.
Was it actually an in-use closet? Did you have to find a new place for all the stuff?
Oh, wow. That was a thing because I had to find space. So then I had to I had to reorganize another closet to fit all the stuff that had to go into that closet. And then we did Ted was great. He helped with figuring out like the moving blankets, and I put up foam panels, and it's a smaller space, so I can kind of. It's isolated, so it's like there's not like a window right out, like right there because we have a train that goes by. Just noises. It's better with isolating noises. So when you hear me podcasting, it's in this spot. When I'm podficking, I'm in the closet.
It's in the closet.
That maybe one day I'll like do a little video of what it looks like and stuff because I think I've sent you pictures of like the progress when I was like working on it. But yeah. So anyway, and is this where you usually do it unless it's like a god awful time of day and then I've got you downstairs, you have to do it in a different location. Yeah.
This is where I work here, and I podfic. I podcast here. So this is I won't show it off because this is like my personal bedroom as well. But yeah, no, this is where everything happens from my end, and I've cleverly done the camera angle so you can't see the porn on the walls behind me.
Yeah.
Ko-fi membership perk. What does Kasey have on their walls? And then there's the pile of books over there, which I've definitely read at least one of them.
Okay.
At least one. What is over there?
So that's not your to be read. That's almost read, somewhat read pile.
Oh no, that's it. I've read two of those.
Okay.
I've read two of those books out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay.
So go me. I've read two of them. Not the thin ones at the bottom, not the bigger ones at the top. And then there's just various miscellaneous junk over there, dehumidifier, hair shit.
You're just explaining.
Lint roller. Yep. You can cut that out. It's fine.
Yeah, sure. But just cut that out, Sandra. We have to be a little bit better with this, or else Sandra's going to be like really upset when she's cutting out video.
Future Sandra is going to be like, no. Yeah, but no, this is my normal place. I'm not normally this put together, but yeah, it's weird, isn't it?
It is.
It's weird when we know we're recording to release the recording. I don't like this. This is uncomfortable.
Well, I think we're already on in a sense when we're doing audio, but this is even like being more on and being more cognizant of a lot of other things that I think this is why we don't want to do this on a regular basis because
it's a lot.
Yeah,
it's a lot. But you know what? We only turned 3 one time.
Yeah.
3 days before New Year's Eve, which is today. So happy New Year as well, but also far more importantly, it's our birthday. So
It's our birthday.
I talk with my hands a lot. Sandra was very surprised to learn this recently, so sorry.
Yeah. I usually sit on mine just to kind of like stop myself from doing it as much.
Why?
Well, because it's just, I don't know. I'll probably not. I mean, like right now they're just down here, but you know, I kind of like want to just lift them up and start doing things. But
yeah, just like talk normally. Don't diminish yourself to please other people.
No, I'm not. It's not pleasing other people. It's just I just want my hands flailing about all the time.
Oh, so I can look like a twat, and you're like, no, I'm demure. I'm reserved and demure. Yeah. All right, we got document and shit. Let's get into this.
Okay. So how do you want to start this? How do you want to start this?
Oh man, I'll go.
Okay. Go.
So yeah, when we started this little, I faff with my hair as well. Sorry. When we started this little venture, 3, maybe 4 years ago, we don't fucking know. It definitely started more than 3 years ago because we had shit to do before we started recording.
We tested it out, right? Like we did a whole test, you know, to see like, can we do this? You know, what are we gonna do?
Yeah.
How are we gonna sound?
Man, it was bad back then. Way back when. Yeah. But I've got to say, like, what we thought we say this every birthday, but the vision that we had is not where we are now, and I love it. Like, you're looking at me like that, like I'm wrong.
No,
is where we are now where you thought we'd be?
How am I looking at you like it's wrong? What? No, I'm just listening to you. Oh my God. This is why we don't do video all the time. I'm just
like, this is my listening face.
This is my listening face. You will not be happy if you're expecting a lot of reactions to go a certain way, because this is like, I've been told I have a resting bitch face, and it's not. It's yeah. So, I'm listening.
Okay. Alrighty. But yeah, we were thinking about it. We were talking about it the other day. Somebody's Discord is going off. Maybe mine.
I don't think it's mine. I don't think it's mine.
Something is babonging.
It's not me. I'm not babonging this time.
It's probably me then. Sorry if that bit's picked up on the
I actually
audio.
didn't hear it.
Oh, I know what it is. Okay, good. Well, I'm gonna turn it off because it's bugging me. So moving on. Yeah. So we were sort of chatting about what we were gonna do for this episode, and you know, let's take a look back at like 2024. And I would say we've had a pretty big shift over the past year. What do you think?
Well, I think I think the more we've grown, I think the more we've realized maybe we need to look back at what's there. At least I felt that way when it came to the fanfic part of it. Because you're talking about growing, changing, skill-wise. I feel like I've grown, and so like some of the older stuff, I was like, what can I do to kind of maybe fix it a little bit, but not go back and re-record, because there's just no way. So kind of like still keeping a time capsule of here's what it used to sound like, but if you want to hear something that's maybe mastered a little bit better, here it is. And also just pulling a lot of the stuff that's a little more on the explicit side off of Spotify and YouTube for easy access. Because I feel like if somebody really wants to find it, let's make it a little bit of like a treasure hunt or scavenger, or save it for AO3. So like AO3, if you're on AO3, if you go to our website, you'll find the link. Or if you just go to one of our, I don't know if it's on all of our podfics, we might not have updated all of them, but there's just a link to like the series page, which is Podfics in the Impala.
Yeah.
And we can find them all. So they're still there. It's just a little, you know, it's we had somebody, I think the last time, that was like, is it sad to say I listen to this one a lot? I'm like, no, I listen to them too.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's fine. It's just I wanted to have it I don't know, I feel like we're offering entertainment, but if that's the entertainment you're looking for, I just want it to be a little more difficult to find it, kind of a situation, you know. That's just my take on it.
Do you want me to PR that a little bit? When you start out,
but I'm not going to take this out, but you can PR it. Yes, go ahead.
No, I think when you start out, you want to make everything as accessible as possible. So you put everything everywhere to get eyes on it. But then as you sort of progress, you realize that you're just splitting your audience. So you start streamlining things down and putting everything in not as few places as possible, but sort of grouping everything together to not divide your audience so much. Because you never know when something's going to, like, Google Podcasts doesn't exist anymore.
Right. Yeah.
So, you know, if you've got an audience there and you're not trying to bring them to another place and that platform goes out, that's an audience that you've lost.
We
So
always struggle with this, though. We go back and forth with this between Spotify and YouTube all the time, because even though they offer different things, and I think people go to different ones just in general, it's hard because, I mean, I don't know how much crossover we have. Like, and if you listen or, you know, go on YouTube, maybe you can, like, you know, hit us up and let us know. Like, do you listen, if you follow us on Spotify, are you also subscribed to us on YouTube, or do you have like a preference? Because I think we asked once in the server, but I don't think we got a ton of. I think we got most people said Spotify, but there were still some
we asked
people
on
that were
Discord.
YouTube. Yeah,
We asked on Discord, but it was Spotify was the majority, and then it was YouTube, and then it was like other. But I don't mind that so much because people do have preferences. So like, if I'm going to listen to stuff, I do tend to listen on YouTube. I don't, but Spotify is more music to me. So, you know, I don't mind that, but like, sort of like, you know, moving the podfix and stuff into one place, you just kind of try and streamline everything.
yeah,
You know?
yeah.
I could make it a treasure hunt, as Sandra says, but there's still like a bajillion. Like the links are always, you know, you can always get to the website from the description.
Yeah.
Once you're on the website, you can get everywhere we are. And, you know, but it's just.
But I think as we become like we are getting more of, I think, a following and listening audience. And to me, having that explicit part to be like, this is maybe like really something you should, you know, you can go find, but it's not just there, you know, like I just feel like that gives us a little bit more of a professional vibe. I don't know. Even
We
though
never
we
claim
try,
to be professionals. We never claim to be
we
professionals.
always say we're professionals. I don't know what you're talking about. That's always
To other people, not between us.
Well, I think this has become an actual thing that legitimately, you know, we are proud of, and we want best face forward kind of a situation, you know, and I think we're
100%,
really
yeah.
thinking about that more. Whereas before it was like, yes, we just want to see how many people we can reach. And I love too that we've got, I think you were talking about this before we came on, that we've got listeners or people then who like we reach out to who are going to come on the podcast for an interview, and they're like, they're prepping for things that they know are going to happen with an interview, because there's a couple standard Kasey questions, and you know, I have sort of like a list of, you know, just kind of like figuring out like how people got into supernatural, you know, their relationship to fan fiction, if there is one, the fandom, just different things like that. And it's nice to know that people are listening and are like prepping, or like even, I think was it AJ that said like when she had first was listening before she even thought she'd come on, she was like,
thinking about how she'd answer the questions that we ask, which I think that's so nice.
So
I think that's so nice.
It's so sweet.
That is something that I think has taken not over, but it's been much more this year, is reaching out to the community, reaching out to the fandom, talking to people, having guests on, which I love. I love getting to talk to people. I love like hearing their fanfic journey, hearing their supernatural journey, you know. But I don't know, looking back on it now, it feels like we've had a guest on like every fucking week forever.
Well,
it's been loads.
It's interesting because I was doing a little bit of like research about podcasts and how they can, like, you know, how they're used for social media and different things like that. And podcasts are one of those, they term them evergreen, where it's kind of always something that once it's out, and as long as you don't pull it, there's always a chance somebody's going to find it or whatever. And I like the idea of just how AO3 is an archive for fiction. I kind of like that we're reaching out to members of the fandom, especially in the fanfic community, no matter whether they're current or old guard or just somebody that we've connected with that we want to share their story. because we're getting a lot of feedback from people we've talked to that they really do love that we're doing this thing, because I think it is. It's like a time capsule, and
Yeah.
if somebody does, who knows, like in 5 years, if, this is still there, somebody finds this and they are into fan fiction, they get to listen to all these other people and how they came into it and what they did with it and the impression that they've left other fans, I think is really
Mm-hmm.
important. And
Mm.
I think that we're a little we're a little nichey and fill in a certain part, I think, of podcasts that maybe,
100%. Yeah.
aren't there as much. Because I know we talk to like rewatches and different things like that, but just having this little, yeah, just what this angle is, I think has turned into something that I really like. Because I mean,
I
honestly,
love it.
we love doing just us chatting, but there's only like so much stuff we can pull together and come up with.
Yeah.
I do
The
like that.
series is over, guys. It's over. The show's over. We're not getting any more fucking content, unfortunately.
But I think it's good to get I think sometimes like our best and worst are kind of popular for people to listen to, and we just kind of we've been changing like what we think best worst of, and I think we've got some
Yeah,
more
I
ideas.
like revisiting those as well because it's interesting how they change over time as
Mm-hmm.
well.
Mm-hmm.
Like leads into more staple questions that we ask people. But yeah, no, I also think of it kind of like a time capsule that it's like, yeah, 5-10 years from now, someone could be going through AO3, finding these authors, and
Mm-hmm.
then, oh, look, hey, there we are, and we're talking to them, and you can learn like more about them. Because I find that kind of stuff interesting. But
Yeah.
also, it's like, it's curating like the best advice from the best people, I think. Because that's one of Sandra's standard questions. Like, what would you say to new writers or writers that are struggling?
Mm-hmm.
And that kind of stuff is fucking great. I
Yeah.
love that. I love that as a question. And, just, yeah, just, I like to think that it helps people. Like future people are going to be like, that's really helpful information.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I like that. I think that's like, again, I don't know if it gets philosophical or not, but I always kind of think about legacy in a way and what you
Mm-hmm.
leave behind. And sometimes it can just be, it's a very small bit, but if it's important to one person, that makes a difference, I think, overall. So
100%.
yeah,
100%.
it's
Like
been
I,
it's been
I've
fun.
got to say, I don't know if we'll still be talking about Supernatural in 5 years, but I think we'll still be here in 5 years,
Mm-hmm.
and we'll just be talking about other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Because again, the show is over, guys. We're not getting any new episodes, no matter how much Jared keeps teasing and going, "Oh yeah, no, there's
I still
definitely be Sam
think,
again."
I mean, again,
Yeah, maybe,
I
but
don't know how much and again, we just don't know. Like, right, we don't know what we're going to be doing in a year, 2 years, whatever. And I think at some point, you know, I mean, I still love talking about the characters. I still love just
yeah,
getting these moments to talk with Kasey, because I feel like it just gets you away from. We can still talk about real life and we bitch and moan when we, about other stuff, but then we get to bitch and moan about the show. We get to, it's like
yeah,
that. So it's like
yeah.
it's another outlet that I know we enjoy, and I know people enjoy listening to us do this thing. So I think,
Mm-hmm.
um, yeah, as long as I'm up for editing all of our craziness, I think we'll still be doing it. Maybe not as often, because that was a thing too that I think we've hit
Learn some
we've hit
lessons.
burnout, I think, a couple times, and I think we've tried to figure out a schedule that works better for us too.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little harder sometimes when we do have guests, because then we're kind of like we have to, slot them in a little differently, but we've come into the situation
Yeah.
thinking now, you know what, we need to give ourselves a break every month, kind of a thing. And even though you don't see the break or you don't hear the break, there's a
Mm-hmm.
break in the way we
There is
schedule.
some time for us as
Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
which is, that's important as well. We've learned a lot of lessons over the past 3 years, for
Mm-hmm.
real,
Mm-hmm.
for real,
Yeah.
for real.
Yeah. One of them being professional.
We need
Um,
breaks.
um, so
The cat is
interviews,
sulking so hard.
well, he was like, Mom, you didn't tell me. that I was going to be on
He's
camera.
laid on the bed and he's flopped over onto one side, but he's really obviously like pointed his face away from me because he needs me to know that he's sulking.
Yeah.
Jinx sounds.
That sounds about right. Sounds about what I remember from mine.
Yep.
So we talked about changes, focus. One thing too, I think change. I wrote this down when we were before. We came for the smut, but we stayed for the storytelling.
Where'd you write that on?
I wrote that down on my notes. I didn't put it in here. Because I was just thinking as we were chatting. But we literally started saying all of our stuff that we're going to be talking about is explicit. We only like explicit. We only like that kind of stuff.
Give us the porn. Yep.
That's changed, I think.
Oh yeah.
We've had a lot more writers. I've had some artists on. I'm hoping we get more artists on. Artists, if you're listening and you want to come on,
come talk to us. We're cool. We're professionals.
But I think really just diving into all different kinds of fics, I think has been great. I think I've done that definitely more this year. Maybe even a little bit more like towards the end of last year, but different people that we've talked to. It's been really great to expand that part of the fic side of things. So, like Edge of Clairvoyance, Quick Reaver,
Princess Misery.
Yeah, a little bit of Monica Woe. Even though, again, the themes and the subject matter might not be explicit in one way, but could be, mature and different in another. So, yeah, I think that I really like that. I like that change because I think that's because not everybody's into, writing the same kind of fiction that we write, but we don't always write that now either.
Yeah.
We just got done with something that Kasey's like, I never want to talk about this again, but
I'm over it.
But
we literally today, 26th of October, we posted our Wincest Big Bang fakes. I'm done with it. I want to talk about it. Finished with it. I've recorded my episode talking about it. Done with it.
I thought it was
the tags are all fucky on AO3.
I know. I still have to go back and change my publication date. I have the notes to do that.
Yeah, I have to do that as well.
But I think what I thought what was really interesting about this, and by now you'll have already heard our breakdowns of the fics and stuff. But I think what was great was that we recorded our breakdowns, you and I, the same day, and we got picked to release our fics. I know. On the same
so
day.
Cute.
That was cute.
So cute.
I thought this was good. Casey's like, so cute, but I'm so done talking about it.
I really I got a bit of a break when I'd finished writing it, and then it all ramped up again for posting and coordinating with my artist who is not on the same time zone as me.
Yeah.
And runs a different platform to me, so I do Tumblr, they do LiveJournal. It's just been my artist has been an absolute gem. Absolutely nothing to say there. But
it's another thing. You think you're done, and then you're like, oh no. Because I was talking to Kasey last week, and I was like, I said, I said, just heads up, start to work on prepping it because it's Saturday, and they were like, oh,
what,
shit.
Mate? Yeah, literally, what you fucking mean? It's Saturday. What? Yeah, so I spent a few frantic days wrestling with AO3 formatting and tags and shit.
Yeah.
But it's done now. So if you haven't read them by now, first of all, why?
Yeah.
But go read them. I'm very proud of it. I am very, very proud of it.
Should be.
I just don't want to look at it for a little while.
And that's fine. Just let everybody else.
Everyone else can look at it. Lavish me with praise and love and joy, which I will respond to
in my time.
I was lavish me with love and joy and praise and be like, oh my god, I can see the months of work that has gone into this. You did so well. Tell me these things. Come on, keep telling me these things. That's what I need right now. But don't ask me to look at the fucking thing. Don't ask me to edit it. Don't ask me to fuck around with the tags. I don't want to look at it. I just want to look at the adoring praise of my fans.
I think you're going to remember 2024 as the year of the Big Bang. I think that's what you're going to go back and look at. Because it is amazing how much time passed that incorporated all of that.
The whole year.
Because
it was we signed up in March. Now it's October. It's been like
Yeah.
a whole year.
Yeah, it's been a
Yeah.
lot. It's been a lot.
And I was like, when I get done with this banfic, when I get done with this bangfic, when I get done with all the shit I was gonna get done when I got done with this bangfic, it was like, the pandemic, and we all had like a little bit of time off, and you were like, are you like the years and years before that? You were like, if I could just have a month to just get my life together, I just need a fucking month, and then it came, and we were all laid on the sofa watching Tiger King, like, fucking no, that's not my joke. I stole that from Patton Oswalt, but it still rings true now. If we'd done what we said we were going to do, if we just had a fucking month off. But yeah, no. Well, one thing I've got to say is, I think as the time passes between the show ending and, us still doing this, you obviously get that distance between you and the storylines. Well, I mean, Sandra doesn't, because she rewatches it like every month. Like, I don't know how she does it.
I'm probably after this final rewatch, I will probably take a break and not just start it up again. I think I'll take a break and just like be a little bit pickier about the episodes. I'll just pick.
Yeah, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
I will take a break from a consistent episode by episode rewatch. I will not take a break from watching Supernatural.
Yeah.
No, I don't rewatch Supernatural.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a little bit more distance, but then like talking to Sandra and talking to guests and stuff, and you fall in love with the characters all over again. And it's like, it's not a new character, but it's a new perspective. So it's just a new way to fall in love with them. And I really love that so much.
Yeah.
I bitch and moan about, oh my God, everybody comes and they're a Dean fan. But it is genuinely just playing, because I fucking love hearing people, whether they're Dean fans or Sam fans or fans of both, or their Blob, who is a totally different character. I love hearing people's love story with this show and their character. And it like, the fic I wrote for The Bang this year, I couldn't have written it 3 years ago before we started doing this, because I didn't know Dean. I didn't know Dean enough to write that. And I know Dean now because of you. So it's, that kind of, I think that's something I'm really glad is gonna stay with this little time capsule podcast, is the love for the characters.
I like that. That's very good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
One thing I think, because we were going to try to do listener shout outs, kind of like combine B-Day episode with listener shout outs.
Oh yeah, we should probably say this is the last listener shout. This is the last listener shout out. I can words. And that's not because we don't love y'all anymore. That's not because we've decided to go, fuck them bitches. No. It's because now we can respond to you in all of the places you can contact us. So when we started doing these, it was because we couldn't respond to you on Spotify. And we were like, we don't want these to go unseen. We want to be able to say hi. But now we can.
Yeah, they just changed that about like a month ago on Spotify. And they've changed settings and different things like that too now, where as long as the comments meet their guidelines, they'll get automatically published, because before they would get held for review.
It was manual. Yeah.
But we can still change settings and stuff like that. But yeah,
you can do that on YouTube.
Yeah. So that got sort of like, that just made it one, and you can even have more characters now that you can respond to. I think they can respond with like more characters, and I could respond back with more characters. So more likely than not, the Spotify is my thingy, so I'll be the one commenting. But if there's like a message going out to Kasey or whatever, I will make sure they know about it, and then they can go in, or I will like, I will give them the message. So I may be the middleman, but somebody will still have seen it and responded to it and stuff like that.
Yeah. So we had this whole thing planned out of like when we were going to do these listener shout out episodes, and then Spotify went, the fuck you are.
And we're like, well, let's just wait then. Let's just wait. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the last listener shout out episode, because now we can reply, like I said. So if you leave us a comment on Spotify, we will reply to you. YouTube will reply to you. You can send us an email. You can leave a comment on the bottom of a podfic story on AO3. You can join the Discord. You have multiple ways to reach out to us. And like, I have to say that comes with the caveat that we're not necessarily going to be able to reply to really long, in-depth, thought-out messages. It's not that we're not grateful for them, and it's not that we don't love to hear from you. It's just that this is like a full-time second job for us. We have outside world jobs as well that take up a significant amount of our time, and then we record these, and there are just not enough hours in the day sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
So please don't take it as like a slight or that we don't care or anything like that. It's not that. We're busy people.
But we
seeing
wish
them
that we
could do
and
that.
we're reading everything. So everything that comes
We
in
read
is getting
everything.
read. Yeah.
We read everything you send to us, no matter where you send it to us. We read it and we love it and we cherish it. We should make like a little board or something. If we were in the same fucking vicinity, we'd print them out and put them on a board. But that's going to get real expensive to ship back and forth over the Atlantic. So maybe we'll make a digital whiteboard.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Yeah,
maybe we'll make a digital whiteboard. We're not going to do that.
Okay,
Sandra's
good,
like, the fuck
because I'm not. Like, Kasey, add it to your list.
No, yeah, add it to your list, Kasey. You do it, and I'm not going to do that. So yeah, just again, please don't feel slighted. It's not that we don't want to talk to you. It's just that we're fucking busy.
Yeah. Kasey works. I work. I do contracting,
we have families,
freelancing
as well that need to be like kept alive and shit.
Family that need a lot of attention.
Yeah, I have kids. Sandra has.
I have a parent and a husband.
I was gonna say Sandra has a kid as well, but that's not fair. He's a grown man. He's a grown man, but Sandra has grown man. He's a lovely grown man with a lot of things going on. Yeah, responsibilities. I have responsibilities. We're just busy people, y'all.
Yeah,
it's very sad. We wish we could do this full time, but that's just not how.
Yeah. Done. Yeah, that's not yet. That's not in the cards.
Yeah. Join our Ko-fi membership scheme to help us achieve the goal of doing this full time. That would be fucking sweet. We'd live stream every day. That'd be the best.
Oh my god.
We'd burn out in like 3 weeks. It'd be great. Oh, but let's do a final shout out of our new Discord members, because if you contacted us over the last few months, we've replied back. In theory.
Absolutely.
Probably.
Yeah, I think we have. I don't
think we missed anything. Sometimes a reply back looks like a love on a comment on YouTube. Again, sorry. But we have acknowledged. Let's go with we've acknowledged.
Yeah. We've definitely seen them and tried to acknowledge everything. And if we have missed something, it's in no way intentional. So
yeah,
don't
let us know.
That. Yeah, if we
like
miss
put it in the comments.
Send another message.
Hey, I messaged you fuckers and you didn't reply. Put it in the comments. We'll go find it. That's on us.
Oh,
but new Discord members. So this is going to cover from August to October.
Of October 26th. So if you join us past that,
you're not on this list.
There's no way you're in this list. Doesn't mean we didn't know about it. And then we did say hi.
We should probably still shout out the new Discord members every periodic time.
I think we will do that still every once in a while. Yeah. And you also, if you're on YouTube, Kasey's created this little like thank you end screen to our Ko-fi members. And that's also updated depending on when things get edited and stuff, but that's pretty current, and that'll stay current. As you know, it should only be like maybe a month or so difference if you see something that doesn't look right. But that's another way where we list.
If you become a Ko-fi member, you get your name in the end cards on every YouTube video.
Yeah,
yay! Become a Ko-fi member.
Thank you.
From as little as a buck a month.
Yes.
Alrighty, are you in this document? You are, because you're
I'm looking. Yeah, I'm looking at the August through October 2024 part for Discord. So we're doing Discord members.
This is Discord members. Yeah, we'll do Ko-fi members afterwards.
Are you asking me because you're going to need me to help you pronounce some stuff? Because I don't know if it's okay. We can both try, and then maybe the person can let us know if we're right or not. So yeah,
please. This is not meant to be any offensive. But coming in, we've got Peach Coke. Ente Celine, maybe?
That's what I was thinking. And Ente Celine, maybe, but Ente Celine, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. Let us know. Gorochu VA. Red Pop Cat.
Red Pop Cat.
I can do
that one.
Okay. Lily? No, it's not Lily.
Maybe Laylee?
Let us know. We should ask people in the Discord before we do this. We should drop a message like, hey, we're going to shout you out. How do you pronounce your screen name? Persephone. I know how to pronounce that one. Crowley's Mistress. And
Ryu?
Like my thinking face. Like a German Shepherd. Yeah, Ryu 278. They have all joined our Discord in the last couple of months. So hi, welcome.
Hi. Thank you for
Jinxie
joining
also
us.
says hi, but he's being a grumpy pants.
And I mean, I know from a lurker's perspective, if you just come in and you're just here to like read and like catch up with us and just see what we're doing, totally appreciate it. If you ever feel like you need to message us, you know, feel free to DM if there's something going on. Dreamer is our mod in Discord and is really great at keeping up with things in there.
Between the
Because
three of us, we've got the time zones mostly covered.
yeah, but I'm also like kind of like I'm so glad you guys are
Sandra
doing that.
Sandra lurks. Sandra is a lurker in other people's servers and lurks in her own server.
It's just me. That's me.
You're just not a big social media person, though, are you? Really? Like she don't
real-
post on her own page.
I'm
on
just
her
not
own
even a
Facebook.
really social person, to be honest, which is the weirdest thing about this situation in general. I'm just not the most. I'm definitely
This isn't
introverted.
social. This isn't social. This is
This
just
is
one
social
person.
with you, but it's still
Yeah,
social.
this-
Okay, so for me,
Man, yeah.
social means like I like I don't know. I'm more comfortable with the one-on-one connections. I value those very those are important to me, but I also it's not an immediate like I don't know. Once I'm in your circle, you can't get rid of me, but it's like, you know, I'm just more comfortable one-on-one. I feel like those smaller, more intimate conversations. I just feel you get a lot more out of them in general, you know. So that's just me. Yeah. So I lurk. Sorry, I'm a lurker behind the scenes, all the things.
That's okay.
Kasey will greet and we'll do the Discord and we'll
Do
they
things.
they will be in there doing the things. So
Yeah.
got
When
you
she gets
covered.
Sandra in your inner circle, she will send you a lot of gifts of Jensen's hands. It's pretty fucking sweet.
Well,
It's pretty
to be
sweet.
fair, you had sent a random pic of large hands, and I was like, if you're
Yeah,
gonna
but what I
go,
was
if
no,
you're gonna go large
what I was
hands,
expecting you to do, what I was expecting you to do at that point was go, good lord, that man's hands are very large. What I was not expecting was absolutely no reaction whatsoever, and then just a random fucking Tumblr link
my
to a
reaction
Jensen gift.
was
I didn't even click
weird.
on it. I didn't even click on it because I knew what it was. I knew what it was. I knew what it was. I didn't even need to click on this.
The hands like this, the fingers,
Yeah.
the length.
But for
Amazing.
contrast, I sent a picture of a guy with like his hand over his face like this, but it was really close to like my hands are really big compared to my face. I don't like that. But he had like you could tell he had like big chunky man hands, and I was like, you know what, we like hands in this, and she was like, you know what, we like more than hands, Jensen.
Just his hands. Just his
Yeah,
hands.
nobody else
Jared's
allowed
hands.
big hands
And
apparently.
Jared's
Just
hands. And
oh
Jared's
no,
hands.
did you have an itchy foot? Oh no.
Anyway, that
Thanks.
was my response. It just wasn't the response you were expecting, but I responded.
I was expecting some kind of response to the
I don't
image.
know how you
sent.
would. I didn't know how you wouldn't expect that a response would immediately go to. Do you
Oh.
remember this though? Because that's what I remembered.
Do you think
That-
I've forgotten it?
Do you know that's what I? Hello, 5-finger discount. That was based all off of that photo.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
that will live rent free in my mind forever. Forever.
What did we have 7 lovely Ko-fi supporters, so we'll give them a shout out as well. So we have Fictional Lemons, Digital Meow Mix, Runaway Dreamer, Dara Lee, Edge of Clairvoyance, MJ, and Reese. So
Yay, thank you.
yay, you keep the lights on in the Impala, you keep gas in the tank,
Tank filled up. You
you
help
keep
us.
gas in the tank, and we appreciate it endlessly. More than you guys know. We
Yes.
appreciate that.
Yeah.
Hugely. So big shout out. That
So
will
we're-
probably continue as well.
Yeah, we're
Discord
glad you
shout-outs and-
appreciate what we do that
Yes.
way. So thank you. Thank you for that.
Huge. You want to do some Blobbo updates and stuff before we do that last bit?
Yeah, we can
We'll
do
do
that.
that right at the end.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So, as you know, for most of our guest episodes, I ask if your Blobbo is Sam or Dean, and I keep a tally in a table, and then I pretend to be all bitchy about it. It's totally a joke. It is. I'm just playing. So I'm not gonna name names. If you want to know whether someone who's been on the podcast is a Sam or a Dean Blobbo person, go and listen to that episode.
Listen to some of the interviews. Yeah.
Listen
they're
to the
great
interviews. Yeah. But the current tally at time of recording on 26th of October is 13 Sam Blorbos to 17 Dean Blorbos. Me and Sandra don't count because we cancel each other out. So yeah, come help me with this moose, guys, for real.
So there's what?
It's a problem.
But I mean, I've been doing my job. I've been trying to get more Sam people on. So
I will say the last 4 people that were on the show were Sam Blorbos.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah. And if you know of somebody, I think I've reached out to a few more people. I think we've got a few more potential Sam Blorbos coming. But if you know of somebody that you think would be a great interview for us and want to leave us some details, we would be happy to take a look at it. And if Kasey and I are like, yep, we're going to pursue it, we will get in touch with the writer, the artist. It could be an artist. We really want to reach out to more artists. Anyone in the fandom. Too. Anyone in the fandom.
Come talk to us. We're lovely.
You could just be a lover of fan fiction.
Yeah.
Way back we had Winchester's Queen on.
Yeah, we've had readers as well.
Reads, and those are great too. So yeah. Let us know. There's usually always a link in the description to I think it's a guest survey or a guest form if you want to fill out, and you could do it for either or. It doesn't have to be for you. It could be for somebody else that you sort of like quote unquote nominate that you think we should
check with them first though.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, be good.
Because if we reach out and they're like, "What the fuck is this?" That's going to be a problem. Check with the person.
You could nominate them, but then also like say, "Hey, I did the thing," and then deal with the fallout from them. So
yeah,
you could do that as well. But again, we're we've I think we've been pretty good about rounding out who we reach out to as well. So we're always looking to do more of that.
We have a couple. The question is a binary which. It's this or that. But we do have people that pick a this or that and then go, but actually, really, my one true Blorbo is someone else. So that's fine as well. But the question is phrased as a gun to your head. Who is your Blorbo? So, you know. Oh, baby. Jinxie is here. He's just off camera.
Okay.
He's got a big floofy Christmas tree tail going on. He's having a happy time in his life.
Oh, you said Christmas tree. Don't say that out loud too much.
Why will I summon Ted?
No, you'll summon.
I'll summon my husband. Yeah, that's true. That's true. He's watching the clock. I know he is. It's coming. He hasn't mentioned it yet, but it's coming. He might let me get through Halloween, and then he'll be like, "No, when are we putting up the Christmas tree? Fucking December, idiot." No, I'm nice. I'll let him put it up in November because yeah. But yeah. Also, recently. And this came, I have to thank Ashtray Thief, Ash, for this because they were the person that we started the conversation about dinosaurs. I want to say we started the conversation about dinosaurs because they were talking about having some Sam and Dean as dinosaur fix. And you know me, and I'll go off on a fucking special interest tangent. I don't care. So I was like, oh my God, what is your favorite dinosaur? But adults don't ask other adults what their favorite dinosaur is enough. So I am on a one-person mission to change that. So now, if you come on the podcast, I say disappointingly, but it's not really disappointingly. But people are starting to prepare for this fucking question now. So when I first started asking it, I would get a good 15 seconds of silence followed by
Casey's like, "No, I want him to be surprised." And I'm like, "Casey,
it's my surprise.
Listening. That's a wonderful thing."
Yeah, no, it's I'm not actually sad about people preparing for the question. But what I did do in celebration of our birthday episode is I made the table that I've been threatening to make for quite some time. So I'll just do a rundown of the top dinosaurs because I promise you don't want to sit here and listen to me try and pronounce all of these dinosaur names. But tied for second place because all the other dinosaurs only got one vote. Tied for second place is Brachiosaurus and T-Rex. I also polled my husband, just in the interest of roundness, I guess. He refuses to come on the show, so maybe he shouldn't get a vote, but I don't know. I felt bad.
So he tipped it into the top two?
He tipped T-Rex into the number 2 slot. But Brachiosaurus is Sandra's favorite dinosaur, which is real cute.
I've always liked that dinosaur. It's always been my favorite.
Yeah, but then it was like a puppy on Jurassic Park, and that's real cute.
Okay, so I'm remembering, and I know we say they're different, but like it was always Brontosaurus. So since Brontosaurus, I don't think technically is like something. I'm Brachiosaurus.
Yeah,
So,
Brachiosaurus is the right
yeah.
thing. Yeah.
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 I think I
Look,
remember
there's a mascot. His tail is here. He is here. It's just out of view of the
is it
camera.
the Flintstones where I think it's the Brontosaurus or Brachiosaurus is like the crane, like lifting all this, like, yeah, like that kind of stuff. Like that's what I remember. I just, yeah, way before
Yeah.
Jurassic Park. But yeah, it's a cutie in Jurassic
It's
Park. It's so
sweet.
big and lumbering, but it's just like
Sneezes. It's
that
adorable.
that I could do without, but everything else is great.
You've never had a cat sneeze into your eyeball? What are
Yeah,
you doing with your
nobody
life?
likes that.
Yeah, but you just accept it. And
No.
the other vote for Brachiosaurus was Jen JLD, 78,
Depending.
I think.
Depending. Sometimes
Can be
JDL.
JDL,
Yeah.
JLD.
Mhm.
Yeah, but she also voted for Brachiosaurus.
Mm-hmm.
And then in T-Rex, we have BJ, Darley Starscream, and my husband. Yeah, I don't know if he should get a vote, but he did, because he was there when I was making the list, and I was like, what's yours? You know, just out of interest. I should have added my kids.
Well, you made it. You know, gave him a since Ted got one, so you know.
Yeah, I think that was it. I think that it was that Ted got one, and I was like, well, fucking fine then. Why? What? He's literally just under the view line of the camera.
He knows.
He knows. Look, he is here. There's a tail and everything. You suck. He's laid in my lap. You say hi? Hi. He's peeking. He's peeking. Good eye buggers. And then in joint number 1 place is the Triceratops. So we'll do that one first. So people that voted for the Triceratops is Arthur. Whose screen name I forget now. Arthur Dean?
Arthur Dean. Yeah.
Yes, and Quickreaver voted for the Triceratops,
Mhm.
and Joey, Sandra's nephew, voted for the Triceratops as well.
Yes.
Because if you come on the podcast, I will ask you about dinosaurs. And then me and Joey went on a tangent where I was like, no, you don't understand. That's not a dinosaur. And he was like, well, what makes a dinosaur? And I was like, it's a fucking pelvis. And he was like, shit, really? And I was like, yes. I yelled and the cat left. I was like, I will not sit here and be yelled over. All right, sorry.
Nope. Not happening.
So yeah, Triceratops joint number 1 with 3 votes, and then the other joint number 1, and I am so mad about this. So mad. I'm gonna get Donald Trump up in here. I'm so mad about this. Is the pterodactyl, which is not an animal. First of all, it's not a dinosaur, but it's not even an animal. There is no animal called a pterodactyl. There is a genus called pterodactyl, which is a group of animals, but there is no one animal called a pterodactyl. It's just like an informal name.
So you're schooling people. People are learning when they come on, so that's important.
If you want to know what it is that distinguishes dinosaurs from other reptiles, join the Discord and ask me, and I will info dump so fucking hard about it. So hard. And there will be a lot of conversations that involve all dinosaurs or lizards, but not all lizards are dinosaurs. Like, I'll make it real confusing. But it's all in the hips. But yeah, no. Pterodactyl is the informal name for a group of flying dinosaurs called pterosaurs. So the ones that kind of like bats a little bit, but not really. As in, they don't have wings like birds have wings. They have wings like bats have wings, with elongated hands and fingers, and then like a membrane in between that.
Mm-hmm.
So you may think of them as flying dinosaurs, but they are not, in fact, dinosaurs. And I am still quite mad that they are joint number 1 for people's favorite dinosaur. I'm still mad. Other dinosaurs on this list that are not, in fact, dinosaurs. Sorry, people. I won't out these people, but Megalodon is on this list. You know who you are. I think I told you at the time, actually. I was like, I'm not technically a dinosaur, but I'll let you have it.
Let it go.
I'll let it go. I'll bring it up in a later episode without telling you, but I'll let it go. Megalodon, Leopleurodon, which is also not a dinosaur. It's a plesiosaur. I can see the confusion because it's got saw right in the name, but that just means lizard. I should probably fact check that. I think it means lizard. Yeah, because Tyrannosaur means big lizard. Leave me alone. fucking like I can't just be putting out wrong facts here. Anyway, I can see how Leopleurodon. Plesiosaur, you'd be like, it's got saw right in the name. It's a dinosaur. It's not a dinosaur. It's like a. There is no modern equivalent of it. It's got flappy paddles, kind of like sea turtles. What else is on here? Velociraptor, the Jurassic Park version, which is not actually what velociraptors were or looked like. And the person who named this as their favorite dinosaur did acknowledge that and said that they realized that was not what velociraptors looked like, but for their childhood heart, they would have to go with the movie depiction of velociraptors.
That's all that matters.
And that's totally fine. That's totally fine. And all the rest of them are dinosaurs. They are dinosaurs. So well done to everybody that made the list with an actual dinosaur. If you now come at me after this episode, after you've listened to other episodes and you've listened to this one, if you come at me with pterosaur or pterodactyl, I'm gonna call you out on it live. I'm gonna be like, that's not a dinosaur, pick something else. Because I feel like we've had a conversation about it now, and you know that that's not a dinosaur. So, but anyway, I really like asking that question, because when I started asking it, nobody was expecting to come on the Supernatural podcast. I'm going to talk about Supernatural, and I'm like, tell me about dinosaurs! But now people are expecting it, and I love the fact that people are actually going out of their way to think about their favorite dinosaur and, consider that answer. And I like to think that maybe someone in their life is like, hey, what are you doing? And they're like, I'm researching my favorite dinosaur. And that person would be like, why? And they could be like, because adults don't ask other adults about their favorite dinosaur. And maybe it's creating a chain down the line. Maybe more people are just everyone should. I'm sorry, I'll die on this hill. Adults should ask other adults. Nobody, after you turn about 7, nobody asks you what your favorite dinosaur is and if your new shoes can make you run really fast. And that's a shame.
Okay.
That's a shame.
I don't think anybody's ever asked me that question when I was little. New shoes make
I bet your friends did. Maybe that's a boy child thing.
I'm not sure. I just didn't clock that as being like an important thing and wasn't paying attention. More likely than not, I was stuffing my feet into those jelly shoes that would end up being really sweaty or then hurting my feet later. I did not have good times with shoes. My feet did not like them. Yeah. So
did you have the sparkly ones?
Yeah.
I had a pair of sparkly ones.
Yeah. Those were really, I mean, I don't. How big in the 90s were they still? They were still big? I feel like they came out in the 80s though. Like that was like when it started. Yeah,
they were like advertised as like pool shoes, weren't they? And you could wear them in the pool and around them.
Yeah,
but then you just wear them
everywhere.
Yeah. Nope. I had clear plastic with silver sparkles in mine. I remember it vividly. And they were awful, and you weren't allowed to wear socks in them, and they stuck to your feet, and it was awful, and they stank. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, what we've learned over the decades of what.
I just buy my kids Crocs now. Like, I don't even try and be cool about it. I buy them Crocs. You know what's real fucking easy for a kid to slide on when they want to go play out in the garden? Crocs. Take them. Wear them with socks. I don't even care anymore. Do what you want, lads.
Oh my goodness.
So yeah, that's a roundup of things and questions that Kasey has yelled at people about over the last year. Although I think I've been asking the Blobber question for longer than that.
Yeah, most definitely. Well, I think we kind of informally it was kind of always a thing, but then we turned it into like an actual question. But
then I started being like
tracking it. Like I should track this.
Who is it though? Yeah.
Yeah.
I made a table and everything. I will be releasing the dinosaur table. Because it's real pretty and it's got links to the Wikipedia pages for all the dinosaurs. So if you're like, hey, I don't know what that is, you can go and find out and be educated on plesiosaurs and pterosaurs, because they're not dinosaurs.
Okay. All right. Well, we're gonna move on to that because we know that that's very upsetting. Very upsetting.
I am distressed about this. Yes. Moving on. What are we moving on to, Sandra? We got a notes page and everything. We're still fucking bad.
So I think we're going to be doing the one thing that I wanted. So I was talking to Kasey. I was like, can we try to figure something out that we can do to kind of say thank you to our Ko-fi members in particular. So we came up with, we're going to do a drawing for
A giveaway. A giveaway. A giveaway.
A giveaway. Okay. All right.
We're not
start again.
drawing anything.
Okay. No, well,
I promise you, you don't want me to draw shit.
well, no,
I'm gonna do
okay.
a giveaway.
Okay, a giveaway. Okay, we'll do that so everybody understands what that is. So we're gonna do a
Sandra can
giveaway.
draw though. Sandra can draw.
Yeah, I haven't done it in a while, so I'm not. You don't want to see what I would draw either.
Can you do the little Batman thing that Jensen did?
Probably.
Did you draw that recently?
I don't think
No,
I
you drew
drew that
something else
recently.
You drew something
Oh,
else
I did like a
recently.
little thing on my iPad. I was learning how to do some, yeah, but I did
Yeah.
that one day when I wasn't feeling good. So I watched like a 2 hour, it took me 2 hours to do it, but it was like literally like a half-hour thing. Yeah, I did feel a little bit like Jensen, like trying to figure out how to do the things with technology.
Yeah.
But we're gonna do a giveaway for our Ko-fi members. So we're going to give away the Idling in the Impala notebook. That Casey's going to make sure is all ready to go and ready to be sent out. So we're going to
By
do
the
it
time this
through,
episode goes out, it'll be done.
it's going to be it's basically going to be like we're going to choose someone from our Ko-fi members list. So you'll get an entry in the giveaway for every month that you've supported us. So we started the Ko-fi memberships back in April of this year. So yeah, if like say you've been supporting us since June, you'll get 8 entries because the drawing is going to occur, giveaway is going to occur end of January. And we're figuring out a way that we're going to I think we're going to record it so that it's like a
Yeah.
live thing and then we'll post it in Discord.
Mhm.
So if you're not a Ko-fi member yet, you still have time if you
You
want
can
to
join.
enter.
Mhm.
You can become a member and you will get an entry into the giveaway that's going to happen.
Yes.
And
Yes. So you've got like
January.
a whole month
Got a whole month
to join.
to
As
join.
long as you are a member by the 31st of
Mhm.
January, when we draw the winner,
Mhm.
you get a chance to win a free Idling in the Impala notebook.
Yeah.
And they're real fucking cute.
And it'll be an easy, we're assuming this is easy. We've never done this before, but it's basically like a fourth wall. Like we'll send you a link. We don't need any of your information. You fill out the information and it goes and all that thing. So you don't
Yeah.
have to worry about
You don't have to give us like your
giving
street address or
random
anything
strangers,
like
even
that.
though you might listen to us all the time,
Yeah.
your information. But yeah, so we're
We
going to do
will
that.
we will sort out the link with Fourth Wall and we will just send you that and you give them your details.
Yeah.
Like any
I'd
other
love
stuff.
to do more like this throughout the year, so I think we'll just have to figure it out. It really just does depend because we'll be taking care of the shipping and all of that stuff. So it's
Oh yeah, we should say this is international as well.
Yeah.
No matter where you are in the world, you will be entered
Yeah.
and we will pay the shipping
which
to get
is
it to
another
you.
reason I was like, I don't know if we could do a sweater yet. We might not be able to do anything like that yet.
Yeah.
But we could later on, you never know. But right now we just figured a notebook would be a nice little with our logo on it. Just a nice little thank you if you're a winner. And if there's other things you'd like to see us maybe come up with, let us know. I mean, we have merch. We have t-shirts, right? T-shirts.
Yeah, look at these now.
We have notebooks, stickers.
Stickers. I am planning on update at the moment, although it's not really relevant because it won't be by the time this comes out. Our holiday shop is open, so our Christmas merch is in there.
Mhm.
I might keep it up for a week or so into January if you want to buy it for like next Christmas.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, no, we do have plans for merch. The problem is I am yet to find a browser that Fourth Wall doesn't fucking hate and refuse to load on. So actually making the designs is proving to be quite difficult. So if anyone knows which browser Fourth Wall design site doesn't hate, hit me up. Because I've tried Mozilla and I've tried Chrome and it refused to nothing with either of them. So
And just so you know too, as a member, what your support does ensure that we can continue our Zoom membership, do our Canva membership. We are
website domain.
Yeah, website domain, crossing fingers. I don't want to state anything yet, but we've got something really nice hopefully happening for Priding in the Impala, our Pride fundraiser. All of that assistance helps with us being able to do those things. So any little bit is appreciated and supported.
100%.
Yeah, so that's just so it's like Kasey was saying, it's keeping the tank filled up so we could still do these little things. But yes, thank you for supporting us. And if you haven't, join again, buck a month, and
Mhm.
it adds up. It gets Dean his fast
Road
food
snacks.
fix with every
Road
so
snacks.
often.
Yeah.
So yeah, it helps us out. Do you
And we are
remember?
massively grateful.
Do you remember when we did those little skits? And I was so
do.
big on those skits. I
Yes.
loved those. I'm glad
You
they're
were
still
a big
there.
fan.
I was a
You were
big
a
fan
big
of
fan of
them.
those.
I know
You
people are
were.
like, okay, I'm skipping because I know what this is, but I thought it was so cute.
Well, I'm guilty of that. I skip intros on YouTube videos and stuff like that, and
Mhm.
ads.
Mhm.
Like in video ads.
Mhm.
Like I'll watch it like the first couple of times, but if it's a
Mhm.
series or something, I'm like, I don't really know what you're gonna
Yeah.
say. So I'm guilty of that.
But
I'm
yeah,
guilty
I
of that.
just
But no,
looking back,
Sandra
being
liked
nostalgic,
those.
thinking all the weird shit we've tried and
Yeah.
done over the
It's
3
been
years.
fucking wild though, isn't it? 3
Mm-hmm.
years.
3 years.
Wow.
And we've actually still got stuff happening in
Yeah.
2025. We're continuing to do the things. I was going to give a little sneak peek at some people you can expect to hear from, because we do have a few recordings that are already in the can and done. We just had Kim and Stacy back, and we did a whole thing about an update on Jackal's versus Bingo and Stacy's Alphabet Quest. So we're really talking about like community writers and like how they continue to just support, and I think a lot of this is all just about support. We
Yeah.
had a great interview with Monica Woe, who was somebody that we got connected through from Quick Reaver.
Yep.
How would you
Old guard fandom.
classify their fiction?
What do you mean? How would it classify it?
What would you like? How would you describe their fiction?
Dark.
Okay.
It's dark. Lot of Boy King Sam,
Mm-hmm.
which I'm huge
Here for.
fan of.
Casey's here for it.
Yeah,
That
it's
was a
dark.
really fun conversation. I have not edited that yet, but it was nice to hear when Casey was talking about perspectives. It's nice to hear Casey fan mortal with another like somebody so close in terms of like the parts of Sam that I think you really like to
Yeah.
explore and dig into a little bit. That was a really great
The
conversation.
darkness within. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then a pretty big one, pretty big.
They're all big. They're all
Yeah, I
big.
know. They're all big,
The
but
people
I
that
mean,
come to talk to us are amazing.
but this one you were like, this would be amazing. Like you were like, if we get this one,
We've
Com-
made it.
we got Compo 67.
Yeah,
And
no, that one. That Compo 67.
Mhm,
The
mhm,
photo op verse, the Chicago verse. That's one.
mhm.
Oh, that was such an amazing interview. That was so good. Had the
And
best time.
this is what I really like too about doing this is because, like I said, I would not probably even have known about these authors because of Casey's interest in, you know, Wincest, different things like that. Like I've been exposed to a lot of great authors and artists that I normally wouldn't have known about. And these are people that are well known in certain circles of, the fandom. Like if you're in that section, you know these people and they're huge. And it's great to get to learn about these contributors who've been around for a really long time. But yeah, we've got a few more scheduled. I don't want to say because I'm one of those people like unless I've actually like had you on and recorded it,
Unless it's done.
I don't want to say that it's
We're not gonna
happening
jinx
yet.
anything.
I might be like Jensen that way, but I think we've still got a couple more ideas, topics of things we want to just discuss between you and I. We've got some best and worst ideas I think that we have to do.
Got some
FEFs, right? That you
FVS will be coming back in 2025.
Mhm.
I know it's been pretty quiet this year on that front, but again, that was the whole
a lot
thing
of
with
things going on.
banners.
Yeah.
But
So
yeah,
I
no,
mean,
I have plans for FEF. There is some kind of deep storyline. I don't want, like, not really meta, but like storyline is not the right fit, like just some stuff that I want to dive into as well. But it's again, it's stuff that takes a fair amount of research and a fair chunk of like thoughts, and you got to go and, you know, all that kind of good stuff. So yeah, but stay tuned. 2025 shaping up to be pretty fucking cool.
Yeah. But
Shaping
I
up to be
mean,
pretty cool.
we should probably wrap this up, or we could probably go on for a while. And editing Sandra is already thinking about all of the things she
Editing
has
Sandra
to
is
do.
crying. Yep.
Thinking, I've got to do a video. This is going to be so much fun. We're going to wrap up this episode, but we want to thank you for watching us and let us know what you thought, watching or listening. Thank you for listening or watching. Depends. Who knows? We'll just see. Email us at idlinginttheimpala@gmail.com. Comment on Spotify in the Q&A section. Leave a YouTube comment. Join our Discord and chat with fellow idlers and us in real time. Check out our merch store, which is another fun way to show your support. You can find details for everything on our website. That's idlinginttheimpala.com. Want to fuel our supernatural road trip? Consider joining us on Ko-fi for as little as $1 a month. We have perks to go along with different membership tiers and would love to have you along for the ride.
And if you join before the 31st of January, you get entered into the giveaway, winning an Idling in the Impala notebook. Awesome. Don't forget, though, you can always support us for free by liking, commenting, subscribing on YouTube, and following, rating, sharing on audio platforms. Engagement like that really helps us with the algorithm. All hail their benevolence. As always, we have the causes that we support in the description. So you have LGBTQ plus talking charities from me. You have mental health charities from Sandra. And of course, the main causes that we are highlighting, championing, spotlighting are World Central Kitchen and Doctors Without Borders. If you want to know more about these causes, why we're supporting them, what they mean to us, check out idlinginttheimpala.com. There's a page there called Causes Cause with all the details. So with that, we will say Happy New Year's Eve. If you're going out, be safe and sensible. If you're staying in, be snuggly and warm. Don't set off fireworks. Nobody really needs that. Think about the pets and people in your vicinity. But all the best wishes for 2025 from us here at the Impala. And happy birthday to us as well. And thank you for joining us in the backseat, staying with us in the backseat for these last 3 years. It's been a fucking ride. Here comes year 4. And we will see you next time, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.